Myth number 2, allowing participation is more important than sharing your vision. Big problem. Big problem. Allowing participation is more important than sharing your vision. One of the challenges I see entrepreneurs have is sometimes they have this idea. How many of you have this experience? You have an idea, you think we should do this, and you go to your employees and you have a meeting, and then what happens? You get what? Resistance. You get resistance. And you're like, oh, and then a couple of them tell me maybe it's not such a good idea, maybe whining, complaining, think about it, and at the end as a leader, then what do? If you're a good leader, you will kick their ass. I'm like, okay, maybe it's not such a good idea. We'll revisit this in the future. And do you revisit this in the future? No, no. So think about it. Your employee doesn't have the vision that you have. If they do, they won't be your employees. They won't be working for you. You will be working for them. So who has to have the vision? Say I. You have to have the vision of knowing that's what you want to accomplish. And you get a lot of naysayers. People will tell you it's impossible. It cannot be done. What credentials do you have? Who the fuck do you think you are? All this shit, right? But as a leader, you may not even know how you're going to get there. But you know that's where I want to go. And I'm going there. You're on board or you're not on board. You're on board, let's go. If not, goodbye. But that vision has to be that critically clear. And it has to be key. It has to be more than just about money. It cannot be just, I want to build $1 million company. I want to build a $5 million company. Yes, that's how you measure your success, but your mission has to be more than that. Make sense? Yes. Okay. So, coming together is a beginning, staying together is a process, but only when teams work together do they find success. We go to the battlefield together. When you have a clear mission with a strong leader, they will fight for you. They will go to the battlefield happily. They will defend you. But as a leader, you have to set an example. That's why there's no such thing as a weak leader. It doesn't exist. There's no such thing. So here's the truth. Good leaders communicate. What's the word? A compelling vision. You want a vision that is so compelling that people say, how can I help? I want in. How can I participate? What's the vision for Vancouver Entrepreneurs Group I've shared with you? To impact 100,000 entrepreneurs in the next 5 years. You all know that, yes? That's my vision. How am I going to get there? I have no idea, quite frankly. I have no clue. But I keep saying it. My vision is to impact 100,000 entrepreneurs in the next 5 years. Maybe I only get to 80,000 entrepreneurs. Maybe I exceeded the goal and I do 120,000 entrepreneurs. Who knows? But then you're very clear what I want to accomplish. See, when you're clear about your goal and vision, then people can help. When you're vague and kind of wishy-washy, what if I say to you, you know what? You ask me, Dan, what's your vision for Vancouver Entrepreneurs Group? And I say, well, I kind of just want to have a meeting and once in a while, and hopefully some people showed up. What the fuck, right? Does that inspire anyone? It doesn't. It doesn't. You want to have a vision so compelling, when people hear it, they get goosebumps. They go, wow. Or they're like, how are you going to do that? When they say, how are you going to do that? The eyes open up, you know you've got something. Make sense? So take 2 minutes. How long? 2 minutes. Discuss the first 2 myths and how does that apply to you. The first 2 minutes. Go. Okay. Okay, have a seat. Have a seat. So what have you learned? So what have you learned?
We've just been agreeing with
That's nice. How does it apply to you?
I think that having a strong vision and being able to communicate, that will help you persuade your team to sweat.
How often you have to communicate your vision?
Every day.
Every damn day.
Put it on the wall.
Every day. You never get tired of it. Anyone you meet, you share your vision. Your employees, we talk about a process when you first hire them. You got to put them through a series of steps, and part of that is share your vision. Do they buy into that? If they don't even buy into that, I don't care the skills, I don't care their credentials, I don't care any about those things. If they don't buy into vision, I would much rather have a whole bunch of people who believe in my vision, who would go to the battlefield with me, than a bunch of know-it-all who's got skills, has got intelligence, everything else, but they don't buy into the vision, what's the point, right? So